Right. So, let me take that.
Thank you. I'm recording. What's good? What's good, Chicago Dave? Welcome aboard. Let's let a few people get on here. Or maybe nobody. Uh-oh, we got John McHugh. Sweet crazy. Hi there. Staying healthy, bad. I'm hoping so, you guys. I'm hoping so. We just did 5 squirts of silver. So I just want to wish you guys all a happy there. You know, I'm gonna let a few of you guys get on here. It's nice that you guys came right on. I appreciate you checking in. KP, Sunny Cat 85, Donnie Newman, Max G, Kevin Sizemore, Raymond Gutierrez, Alex Klein. Smoke something, damn it. Yo. What's good? What's good? So, you know, what's up in Seattle? What's that weather like up there in Seattle? It's good. Falling for the virus propaganda. Yeah, Miguel, I have fallen for the virus propaganda. You know, I've had 3 friends die from it, so I've definitely fallen for it. It's a very unfortunate thing, you know. You see, I guess there's a riot in some prison. The guard, you know, they're fed up with being treated like shit behind it. You know, they lock us up like we're dogs, and you know, fucking slide a tray under the door every now and then. You know, I was complaining about a haircut, you know, haircut and a shave and shit, and you know, one sure way to get one is to go out in public and catch this shit and die, because you know the only one doing haircuts and shit right now happens to be the mortician. So I can't. You know, I'm glad you did. OGO. 48 degrees, man. That's cold. So Chicago Day, right back at you, bud. It's already in the upper 80s here in Florida. In Florida, yeah, you guys got similar weather to California. I believe it's sort of a humidity. The humidity is what's crazy, though. It's already, let's see. Wouldn't it, though, John McHugh? You know, it's crazy. Appreciate you guys hit that like button. I like that. I appreciate that. UK here. Yeah, unfortunately, they have released some pedophiles, and you say, and murderers. So, I mean, what do you think I was convicted of? You know, I see people say in their comments all the time, you know, who was it? Ryan Leone said, you know, oh, but the murderers deserve to die. So, I mean, not saying that I would have deserved to die, you know. I took that a little offensively when he said that. I shot him a text right away. You know, like, I've been called that and much worse, trust me, you know, by family members as well. So, Jeremy Thomas, what's mom's name? Of course you could get that. Happy birthday, Mom. You know. So it's nice in New York, but you guys are being hit the hardest, aren't you? I mean, you guys are getting smashed by it. You know, today in my religion, you know, it's Ostar is how it's pronounced, but she came to us about 1,300 years ago, you know, and it's just, she's the goddess of, you know, like spring, fertility. So today is basically a day of just laying around making love and stuff, you know. At least that's what I'm convincing Harriet of, and so far it's working. We're having a great morning, you know. Huh, babe? Yeah, she says she's totally down, so I got me one of them solid ones. It's a day to where, don't just be sitting in your fucking living room watching TV and, shining your kids on or whatever. And even if you're the kids with your parents, you guys barely spend any time together. Now you're spending too much time together. It's like, where do we find a happy medium? Well, we find it at home. We decide, like, hey, do you think we could play a game this evening or whatever? I remember some of the best times I had that I can remember were with my grandparents playing like Monopoly, shit like that. I'm always trying to jack a motel or whatever. Died drowning. What are we talking about? That kid died drowning. Yeah, Chicago Days, they certainly are. We all deserve a shot at it. That's humanity. That's everyone could change. Yeah, everyone can change, but will everyone change? Does everyone change? Absolutely not. I was talking to Joey about that, and I know a bunch of homeboys who were got all day, and they're out now, and they're squandering their time. Some of us come out a little more fucked up than others, and like for me, it was hard to leave the house for when I first got out, and I didn't even have a house. Like I was sofa surfing, and wherever I would go, I would feel like I can't leave here. I can't leave here. It was really weird. I can't explain it to you. If I had a motel room, because I went to GR and I had them give me a motel ducat, and like wherever I was, I didn't want to leave. I felt like I was locked up. It was very uncomfortable feeling anytime I'd go anywhere. You said you were. So absolutely, I have been relieved of the obsession. But I also do a lot of work on that. I get up, I read just for today. I pray to a God of my understanding. But now that we're short on toilet paper, I guess we're gonna have to get everybody on opiates. That way there's no shit paper needed. That's right. There you are, Joey. Good to see you, my boy. Me and Joey were talking about it. What was I just talking about? No. Anyway, I forgot what I was talking about. But anyway, I was court for a murder trial when I was searching my brother was involved for killing children. That's who they are letting out. Nah. So okay, yeah, they're letting out. So look, probably the majority of the people that they're letting out have done their issue. They're trying to make room. It's just a warehousing game. I don't know why they don't just freeze us or something for our entire time, because it's like ridiculous. You go, before they had gyms in prison, and now it's filled with fucking beds, triplet beds. It's crazy. You go to the county jail, there's triple beds. So there's you and whoever else on the same bunk. There's no room. There's like barely that much that much room. Appreciate you, Jeff. Appreciate you, my boy. So it's a warehousing, it's crazy, and they're wondering why people are fighting, and especially during these stressful times. I even had a nightmare the other night about the same shit. I got COPD. I fucking smoke like a broke stove. Appreciate you, Jason. Much love. You guys, it's just, man, just imagine being locked up today. Could you imagine that? Like we're here on a computer. We get to spend time with our family. Don't fuck that off. You know what I mean? You may not be going out and doing things. We're going to go out. We're going to go for a drive and go like to the back up in the canyons and just go for a little walk back there, because we're sitting in the house going crazy. Like I said, we've been laying around enjoying each other's day. But I wanted to come on here and let you guys know, if you don't have somebody that you're doing that with today, and you're home with family, spend that time, make it quality time. Line something up, line it up now with everybody. Go, hey, at 6 o'clock, can we play this game? Can we play Uno? Can we play Scrabble? Can we play fucking Yahtzee? Can we play something? And try and just do something with the family each and every day instead of sitting in front of the fucking idiot box. It's just another babysitter, man. East Coast. All right, East Coast. You guys, did you see this rock? So this is my stress stone. I rub it all the time. Harriet, when I'm not losing it, Harriet seems to always find it, but she used to trip out when she'd see me rubbing on it. I just be, because it was a solid rock, and now you see how soft and pretty it is. Anyway, here in Connecticut, they're putting up barriers and the entrances to parks so people don't go bring their kids. Yeah, it's scary shit because I don't see any end in sight anytime soon. When the Spanish flu came out, it lasted 3 years, man. They used to just take the bodies and put them out on the fucking, there would be a cart that would come around and they'd be like, bodies, ding, ding, put your bodies on the street, bodies, and it lasted for 3 years. Granted, they didn't have the science that we have now. And for those of you that don't think it's real, I got bad news for you, man. Like I was in that category for a second. I was like, it's bullshit. They're trying to get us to look over here while they're sliding the stone under there. You know what I mean? Fucking abracadabra. But, that's not the case, man. We know people now that are fucking dying from it. I love Columbo. That's cool. That's what you did. Watch old. Well, one more thing, see? Problem with playing games is I never lose and my kids get mad. You're supposed to lose, Cliff. Come on. You got to let them win from time to time. I appreciate you being on here, Cliff. I really appreciate it. Harriet said hi, Cliff. See, that's the great thing about this channel is I've been able to make associate friends, whatever you want to call, throughout the, this little get down, whatever. I've been enjoying you guys as much as, right. But Cliff, you can't win every time. You have to, take one for the team. There's more than 38 people in this jam. Yeah, there's 101 people. Oh, because you're talking about the likes, 52 likes, right? Bring out your dad. So that's when they had those masks. If you ever see like the bird masks, what they'd do is they'd burn incense in there so they didn't have to smell the bodies. It was really bad. And it lasted for 3 years and it's still spoke about today, And guess what? This is history right here. This is going down in history, maybe hopefully not the most dead, but like I've already resigned to the fact that I may catch it because they're saying almost everybody's eventually going to get it, which is horrifying, Well, let's hope it's not inevitable because, it's not going to affect everybody the same, but, maybe God's weeding out the weak or something. I don't know. I hate to say that because I'll probably be one of them, but, so I should have done more with these lungs than smoke, Scribner said Happy Easter, baby.
Happy Easter.
So she said Happy Easter. She will not come on TV because she won't come on TV because she hasn't had a chance to put her makeup on. So that's on her. Do you think this lockdown will reset society in ways where you think people will not change? I think people are going to change for the worse. They're already acting sort of funny. Like it should be pulling us together. It should be, before you go to the store, you hit your neighbor up, going to the store, do you need anything? People are handling money, man. If that shit's so fucking contagious and it's on everything, why wouldn't it be on money? So yeah, it's just insane. So speaking of smoking like a broke stove, good thing I had shorts on this time. Right? So you know, me and Joey had it interviewed the other day, or we chopped it up, whatever you want to call it. It wasn't an interview. Like a lot of mine are just chopping it up with homeboys now. But it was 2 hours and 40 minutes. Did you realize that, Joey? 2 hours and 40 minutes, man. Right back at you. So that's crazy that we were chopping it up that long. And it felt like 15 minutes. That's how it is when you're with people. You know, birds of a feather flock together. The conversation, it just flowed. You know, I don't know, Sandman's doing what he does. I just do the videos and he chops them up how he chops them up. But my favorite foods, wow. As you could tell, there's a lot. It depends. If it's comfort food, I like chicken. What's the chicken? Sugar. Huh? Sugar, right? Chicken fettuccine. I like chicken fettuccine. You know, I like just about anything. Stuffed pork chops. My main meals that I make are like stuffed pork chops. I make anything that's good. You know what I mean? I'll try making anything. Virus can't live on paper. Please do research. I don't know if it can or can't. You know, I'm not saying that it does, Tennessee kid. I'm just guessing. You know, they say it lives on, you know, countertops. Anyway, let's not talk too much about the virus, guys. It's depressing shit. I don't want to think about it. You know, when it comes, it comes. Yeah, wash your hands for sure. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. She's over there washing her hands now. That's one thing that's going to definitely pick up. Is people will pick up on their hygiene, I think. Because I remember I go to the restroom, and you can ask my girl. I wash my hands every time here at the house. When I'm done going to the restroom, I wash my hands. When I'm out in public, I wash my hands. I see people at restaurants go in there, shake their schlong, and then go out and chow down. You know what I mean? I'm just like, whoa. You know, in fact, there's been times when I've been like, wash your hands, my boy. You know, what's wrong with you? Not answer this real question. What real question? Where's the real question? Hang on. Stay on page. I don't know what I did. Okay, let me see what real question, Tennessee kid. Chicago, Tennessee kid. Stay home order is bullshit. Virus can't live on paper. Please, only telling the truth. Stop spreading. David, he is the only one telling the truth. Stop spreading bullshit. I'm not spreading anything, Tennessee kid. I don't know what you think I'm spreading. I'm not up for your negativity either. So anyway, I don't really care about it. You know, like it's something that's out there. I'm not doing homework or spreading propaganda on anything. So have a nice day is all I can say, bud. You know, anyway. So French toast. Oh yeah, French toast is the bomb for sure. So, yeah, you know, I was talking with Sandman this morning too. He's like, I wish we could just rewind to when I was back and I was 5 and the Easter Bunny came and chasing down the Easter eggs and all that. You know, I don't really have those memories so much. You know, I was bounced around quite a bit as a kid because I got in trouble a lot. So let's see. You learn to respect yourself before you respect others. That's true. Big Mike, believe that. Ourselves and after ourselves, we're respecting ourselves. Yeah, but not everybody does. You know, not everybody does. Some people are used to going to the restroom and putting it in the trash can. That's crazy. You know, they just don't live like that in other countries. So online recovery meetings Wednesday and Sunday tonight I have one in Bakersfield, which is cool because I get to see all the people that, you know, I like and miss. So as far as work, yeah, Pete Holt, no work. You know, the studios aren't doing anything. So, you know, I'm going to figure out what to make happen. You know, my boy had the one that's in prison. He had a bunch of M90 masks. I mean, you know, tons of them. And he wanted me to sell them for him. But I guess that's right. Crazy Cole. Let me see. Stage light is coming. Oh man, I thought you was on a team player. But anyway, he wanted me to get rid of them for him. And I'm like, bro, they're arresting people for selling them. It's hilarious. You or I sell them, we get arrested. Somebody else sells them. How much were they, babe? Yeah, yeah. So for 3 little bottles of sanitizer like that, it was $22 delivered, or no? $22 delivered. Hey, appreciate you, Robert, big time. I really need that. So, and thank you for what you're doing, you guys. You know, like, Tennessee kid, I hope you don't feel I was coming at you wrong, bro, but I'm not up for any kind of negativity today, man. I'm not trying to spread anything. I'm just guessing off the top of my head. That's all I was doing. So, and what I say isn't gospel, you know what I mean? Whatever. Who can you trust these days with what's being said? I don't know. Throw it into a bowl and just hope it comes out right. I don't know. So, I try not to do politicalness on the channel, and I try not to do religion on the channel. You guys all know I'm a Satru, so it is what it is. Like I tell everybody, just please find a God of your understanding, and fill that void right here. And that void I never had. I filled it with a whole bunch of things. Hate, anger, drugs, alcohol, women, whatever the case was. Hair, good God, I'm ready to just shave this shit or braid it up. What do you think? Should I braid it up there? Yeah. Free from Fetters Grove? So I'm going to go out and get some clippers today. Ration gas masks with charcoal filters last August. My woman called me crazy. Nah, Nate Hazelton, you may need it, Thank you, Chai Till I Die. Was that Chai Tea? Did you delete the video? I didn't delete the video. I just put it on Patreon. When I do live feeds, they go from here to Patreon. I don't leave them up usually. So let's see. Cornrows, yeah. Getting ready to dreadlocks? Nah, that'd be all itchy, man. I couldn't hang. That's too dirty for me. I'll tell you. All the way down like the old days, right? Yeah, we're gonna go pick up some clippers here in a while. OG Mitch in the house. Oh, Mitch, you in the house? Good deal. And if you guys haven't noticed, he's doing a lot of stuff with artwork, which is cool. There you go. If you need something to do, go to Mitch's channel and pick up an easel and a paintbrush, some paints. Maybe he could teach you something. What do you need to use? The sponges. I did all kinds of shit when I was doing art. I want to see the shoulder hippie hair better. No, man, because my hair gets like this. It's like a lion's hair. It gets all. First, it goes into like that Nazi lowrider look. They all have that certain haircut look, and then it just goes poof. It gets like the '80s feathered look. My favorite songs, I don't know, probably something from Judas Priest. I love all Judas Priest, Yeah, I don't want to hear he's gay and all that shit. Who cares? He's entitled to do what he wants as long as he keeps hitting those highs, We all got certain music that we love, and Rob Holford just happens to be one of them. Somebody I love, man. He's still, how old is he? Good God, and he's still hitting that shit. Like, no, there you go. What's up, Hard Intentions? Like I was just talking about your channel. Have him go over to your channel and learn how to paint, man. You're giving instructions now. That's good shit. You're bringing a lot to the table, my boy. I'm glad that you were given an opportunity to be out here as well. You're not squandering it away. You're spreading the love and letting people know it ain't the place to be, I see you do quite a bit of with people from Tracy. That's funny, because if out of all the pens, I'd have to say that's probably one of my favorites. If you have to do time, it was a rough place, but if you had to do time, it was a fucking cool joint. Huge pile. It was cool. Main canteen right there. Yeah, it was all right place if you had to do time. Let's not do time though, No love for us. Time to feel better. With that on. Yeah, I'm sorry about your knees there, my boy. Knob. That sucks. Man of War, yeah, they're all right. Um, I like a lot of bands. I don't even know the name of them. I have to go into my thing, like uh, War Tundra. They're one. It depends on if you're in your car and you could just bump the shit. That's the way, I like certain shit like that. It's 2 years ago and Rob crushed it. Rob Holford still, he's like, they didn't call him the god of heavy metal, man, for a reason. He's just badass. So Joey, there you go, hooking up, too long, my boy, too long. Easy free from gutters, girl. Music is good. Exactly. That's exactly how I feel. I don't really consider rap to be music though, so don't get mad at me. It's just I can't handle it. It gives me a headache. I tried, I don't even say, I can't even say I tried. I tried to be tolerant. Let's do it that way. I just couldn't get into it at all. No matter what they had to say, bitch, that, hoe, that, fucking drugs, bro, money, drugs, blah, blah, whatever. Anyway, let's get back to, let's not forget, Fresh Out. He's on there telling you guys, he's got some great ideas, he does lives and he gives you ideas as to what to do with your family, man. Don't get on each other's nerves at this time. And now's a good time to be showing a little love to mom or lightening your load by, doing something around the house. Instead of just sitting in front of the friggin' TV, man. You should allot yourself some time for TV and then allot yourself time for your time. Reading, there's nothing wrong with reading. My vocabulary is not the best. I know that. But I probably read a library's worth of books. I went pro-per for a minute. I've done all that, but my vocabulary isn't, what you would think it would be for somebody who's read as many books as I've read. Iron Butterfly, Deep Purple, Sabbath. God, let's not forget Sabbath, man. Almost all Sabbath, too. Born Again is sort of where they lost me. But yeah, I love The Mob Rules with Ronnie James Dio, So, Cliff and Mitch got a date Wednesday, huh? All right then, guys. Smash that like a chomo. I trip out too on some of the things that some of these people say standing up for these chomos on the channel, man. Some of the things they say is just insane. They're not human to me. They're insects, man. They have serious problems that can't be fixed. Anybody that looks at a child that way. Anyway, I don't want to think about or talk about that either today. I just wanted to come on here and let you guys know, please have the best day you can, man. If you got somebody to lay around and make love to and eat pizza and watch movies and do that, Netflix and chill, I think they call it nowadays, do that. If you don't, man, it's okay because, well, you got somebody like me on it. How many there's King Cree? I don't know if any of you guys have caught King 810. They're a sick ass band. One of Harriet's favorites. Diaper Snipers. Come on, John McHugh. That's just all bad, man. That's not even a funny joke. I'm laughing, huh? Where's your moderator? So, what's cool is, I the other day I accidentally hit I hit the call button instead of Joe Sandman and his dad sleeping. I hit the call button, and I got in touch with one of friend, whatever you want to call him, and it made his day and it made my day. He's all, my girlfriend's laughing at me, and it was cool, man. I love accidents aren't really accidents when shit like that happens. Brought a smile to my face. I got to rap with somebody, and I think they were in Ireland. It was just cool, and Proper and mix and chill. Quadrix Design is who I'm talking about for anybody who wants to know. What do you think about weed? What do I think about weed? I mean, what about it? Like, it doesn't work for me. I know when I was a kid, I smoked it and I was like, I'll smoke this till I'm 90 and in my wheelchair. And, you know, lo and behold, like 2 years later, I wasn't fucking smoking weed anymore. So that's what I think about it. It gives me panic attacks. You know, speed is just the worst, man. You could have the most beautiful girl in there, and all you want to do is touch yourself or be peeking out the windows. You know, like just me and Joey were laughing last night about going to medical. You know, where are you going at 3 o'clock in the morning? I'm going to medical, bro. Yeah, see ya. You know, homeboy got a bag, got in debt, and that first $50 hopefully is what he rolled it up behind. Didn't get too in debt to where we got to cover the cost. You know, more people have ruined their prison career, their names, their morals, their integrity, everything behind drugs, inside as well as out. It's just crazy. You know, I've known some solid dudes inside, and you come out here. Babe, will you give me a water, please? Yeah. And they're just nobody you want to be around, you know? They're just nobody you want to be around. I did that with a homeboy of mine. His grandparents owned Tommy's, and, you know, he was my dog in there. He was a big old boy. He was like 6'5". Thank you. What's that silver stuff called?
This is like the best stuff to take.
So we've been taking this ACS 200. It's 6 sprays. It's silver. It's supposed to, I don't know what it's supposed to do. I take it because it makes her happy. Anyway, so what's my exercise routine? Wrestling with Harriet right now. It hasn't been very much. You know what I mean? she's almost winning the wrestling matches. Yeah, I don't got to do anything through weed. I don't need a head change today. You know what I mean? Like, I'm good, man, almost at all times. And when I'm not good, I figure out what the problem is quick enough. I get into some reading. You know, like I do the Just for Today, not just for you, but for me, man. Because it almost touches always on what I'm talking about. In fact, let's do, yeah, you know, and when I'm having a hard time and I think I need a head change, that's what I got a sponsor for, you know. We're going to go left or right, guys. Somebody. So, shit, right? Colloidal silver is the bomb, yeah. So left or right, guys. MK, that's true, but it wasn't always that way. Let me tell you that. I mean, I've been an asshole in life too. So we're saying left, huh? Okay. Left in here. Meth is in the book. It's March 4th. I just spin, as you guys know. The process. This program has become a part of me. I understand more clearly the things that are happening in my life. Today, I no longer fight the process. Basic text, page 127. In the act of addiction, things happened seemingly without rhyme or reason. We just did things, often without knowing why or what the results would be. Life had little value or meaning. All right. The 12-step process gives meaning to our lives. In working the steps, we come to accept both the dark and the bright side of sides of ourselves. We strip away the denial that kept us from comprehending addiction effects on us. We honestly examine ourselves, picking out the patterns in our thoughts, our feelings, and our behaviors. We gain humility and perspective by fully disclosing ourselves to another human being. In seeking to have our shortcomings removed, we develop a working appreciation of our own powerlessness and the strength provided by a power greater than ourselves, greater than we are. with our enhanced understanding of ourselves. We gain greater insight into an acceptance of others. The 12 steps are the key to the process we call life. In working the steps, they become a part of us, and we become a part of the life around us. Our world is no longer meaningless. We understand about what happens in our lives today. We no longer fight the process. Today, in working the steps, we live it. Just for today, life is in process. The 12 steps are the key today. I will use the steps to participate in that process, understanding and enjoying myself and my recovery. So recovery doesn't have to be glum. You don't have to be miserable because you're not loaded. You know, you do have to face some facts. You have to face who you are, some of the things you've done. You know, a lot of that shit keeps people, you know, in the spoon, man. They used to have a saying in the joint, you know, R&R by 8, hit the gate by 8, in the spoon by noon, on the run by 1, back in the pen by 10. And that's what I was touching on earlier. I know a bunch of homeboys that have come out here, gotten a second chance, came out here and fucked it off. Fucked it off, man. You know, after being down like, you know, anywhere from 15 to 35 years, you know, and they come out here and fucked it off. I just don't understand. Like, they don't put a value on anything. And you can't say the CDC stripped you of that, because they stripped me of a lot. But what they didn't strip me of is the desire to be fucking, you know, be able to eat what I want, when I want, be able to talk to who I want to talk to, be able to go where I want to go. That's why for someone like me, I had to go to the rooms. I had to learn how to become a human being again, because I was a straight asshole when I got out. There's no question about it. My mom, she didn't want nothing to do with me. Like, family didn't live out here anymore, you know. I had nowhere to go. I came out with the attitude that everybody owed me. You know, it just wasn't good, man. And it was getting me nowhere. And it got me to where nobody wanted me around. And, you know, they would smile at your face and say, oh, yeah, kick it. And then, you know, within a day, you're a fucking pain in their ass for being at their house. Whatever the case was, you know, and that wasn't getting me anywhere. Donate my toenails to you. Have you ever... Yeah, I mean, come on. I know like 35 speedies, you know. One speedy I know just died from San Fernando out here. I think he had stomach cancer or something like that. I don't know who that is. Let's see. Thanks. So anyway, some of you guys aren't addicts at all, you know, and that's, you know, that doesn't mean that working the steps can't benefit you. I believe that everybody should work them, man. They will teach you a few things about yourself. I'll tell you that, you know. Yeah, I will, Joey. I got to figure out how to do it. I'll definitely will. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's good just to let everyone get off their chest whatever they got to get off their chest. Someone told me he thinks I was soft when I was inside and all that. And I just smile and think to myself, yeah, that's what I was. I was soft. Soft as cotton, baby boy. You know? Cotton, even cotton has thorns from time to time, let me tell you. So, you know, for me, I had to go to the rooms to watch people's actions, you know. Same thing inside. When you see someone yelling, smelling, and telling, you ain't trying to be like that, right? So you're watching these people and you're learning, you know, hey, I don't want to look like that. And if you do the things that he's doing, you're going to look like that, right? So, like I said, I watched the humble guy, you know, and it was still hard for me. I still had this, had to be cooler and fucking, you know. And then I was sitting next to Greg, and he's like, here goes this Gilligan again, you know. And I was thinking, my name's Gilligan, don't make me kill again, you know. And, you know, Greg chuckled for a second. He looked over and he goes, you know, sometimes, man, I've been in the program a long time now. I think he's coming up on 24 years or something. He goes, sometimes I go like this, so I can't see who the message is being delivered by. And all of a sudden the message is clear. But when I look at him and I know who it is, you know, and I see his face and I can't stand that dude, the message gets distorted and I don't hear what is being said, you know. It's my opinion that my God speaks to me through people, you know. It's just my belief. So anyway, people ask me, you know, do you consider principles, or, you know, like, who cares? If you're getting something, you're benefiting and being a better person, and you feel okay inside of it all the time, that's what we're all trying to seek, right? That's what I'm seeking. I want to feel okay all the time. I'm not going to. Somebody's going to get me out of sorts here and there, and now I've gotten tools to work and get through it. You know, if they're pissing me off, what's my part in it? You know, I have to look at that. So, okay, I'm listening to him. Maybe I shouldn't even bother listening to him. Anyway, turn it over slowly. Okay. So, what's the band? What King 810 album is that you like, babe? Huh? So anyway, check out King 810, their first album. I think it is. They shred, man. If you like, you know, not their newest one. Yeah, she said not their newest one. You ever notice that them bands come out and their first album or two kick ass, and from there they just boom. Boston put out like 17 albums, you know, 18 albums, whatever, in a short period of time.
It's not everyone's cup of tea.
That's what I said. If you're into that kind of metal, you know. Let's see. So I've gone to school to become a counselor.
La Petite Mort, or A Conversation with God.
La Petite Mort, or
Conversation
with God.
Or Memoirs of a Murderer.
Of a Murderer. Yeah, that's a good album, I think, right there. Yeah. Memoirs of a Murderer. They're talking about their time in Connecticut, is it?
And that place where pain lives.
Yeah, but where are they?
It's got Badman.
Where are they, babe?
Flint, Michigan.
They're in Flint, Michigan, and I guess the water's undrinkable there and all that stuff. Anyway, I don't know what the fuck is happening either. Hey, P Weekly, just chopping it up, you know. Any questions, anybody? So I've given you a D major. What's up, brother? All right, my boy. How's the wife doing, my boy? I appreciate you guys. Let's see. Now, Boston put out fucking so many albums. I think it's Boston. Not Germany. I think it's Boston. Chicago. My bad. You're right. My bad. Chicago put out like a gazillion albums. My bad. I can admit when I'm wrong. I can't put some wigs on. I don't think, I know I can't get a passport, but you need a passport to go over the Canadian border, right? I'm sure you do. It's pretty hard for Trivium. All right, I'll check it out. Yeah, so it was Chicago. Yeah, they are good. You're right. They're still locked up. How often do I think of them? Man, I think of them daily, guys. Yeah, of course. You know, they got me through, man. You know, when you hug a man in there, you know what I mean? When, I love you, brother. You know, like they're leaving or something, you feel that loss too. Like, especially you've been walking the yard with them for a few years. It's not like doing, you know, out here having a friend for a few years, because out here you see them on the weekends, you know, Wednesday you come by for a beer or, you know, pizza and a movie or something. But in there you're like this 24/7, and you have to rely on these people to have your back, you know, not put something in your back. So the bonds that you build inside are way more powerful than they are out here, you know. So yeah, we're back to Black Sabbath, of course. Passport, driver's license for Canada. No good. So yeah, you know, I know this. My tags are expired. My driver's license is like fucking 6 years out of date. I just noticed that all this, yesterday when I went out, Magic put my bumper on, uh, which I was grateful for. Like I went to North Valley, they just charged me all this money, and then first curb I pull off from, the fucking bumper falls off. I call him and tell him about it, and he goes, "Only you know what happened. That's North Valley Towing in San Fernando Valley did this to me, man." And I thought he was my dog, but he buried a bone in my backyard is all he did. I tell him, "Bro, the bumper fell off." He told me it was going to be $200 or $300 worth of clips to put it back on. So on top of the $1,800 that he already charged me, he wanted $200 or $300 more to put the bumper on. I go, "So you're telling me that since this car was made in 02, it's never scraped on a curb once, and the first time it does, it falls off?" It's just crazy. Anyway, I've been getting so many friggin' Gmails, man. How do I shut this off again? Oh, yeah. I don't know what. Will you go away? They don't even give you a break on the weekends with these Gmails, They're just flooding my shit. You are eligible for this. You are eligible for that. It's just crazy, man. What's the situation like in Cali? There's a run in the south like toilet paper going without smokes is a no-go. So really, I didn't know it was like that. You find the best people. So yeah, Jason Shanks, it is. It's also where you find the worst people, that's for sure. Prisons are built for a reason, man. And you guys know there's some fucking creeps out there that Harriet thinks that I get jealous about her leaving sometimes at night, and that's not it at all. Let me tell you, it's that I know what the fuck is out there. She's agreed to start carrying the little taser, jam it in their cheek and fucking tase it, jam it in their eyeball and tase it. The pain. It is a pain to manage, man. So yeah, I'm not as worried about her now that she'll carry the flashlight. She's, I'm feel a little more comfortable letting her, do what she did before I came around, I guess. Fix it to you. Kelly before we moved in, turned into a huge fine. So now there's suspended my license. A fix-it ticket? Don't say that, man. I just got a fucking $93 parking in the red ticket the day they said they were going to quit giving us tickets. They were cutting us a break or whatever. I thought that meant you could park in the red as long as there was no fire hydrant around. What was my rock bottom point in prison? Sentencing day was a fucking bad day, I'll tell you that. I don't know. I mean, I'll tell you this, if it weren't for not wanting to be thought of as weak or whatever, I probably would have taken my own wind a couple of times, man. That's how depressed I had gotten in there, like I didn't really have anybody hitting me up. I didn't have anyone to shoot the shit with. I didn't go to some of the lengths that some of these guys did. I mean, they're writing other men, I wasn't willing to do all the stuff they were trying to do for money. Oh, it's a hustle, homie. I'm like, I don't want no friggin' dude writing me smut as for a hustle, man. Like, I'm cool. I'm going without soups this month. But, yeah, like I thought about taking my win, so I couldn't tell you my lowest point in there. Probably every time I'd end up in fucking, ad seg and going, here I am again. Here I am again. So CDQ sucks, man. Being confined to quarters just sucks, and I understand how people come out here and they're hearing shit. I heard they closed the courthouse 2 weeks to page and right. So what was I just saying? Oh yeah, I understand how people come out here and they're hearing voices, and after enough years in that cell, on the 7,000 floor when they did that, it's like submarine doors you can do. When they shut that window, man, there's fucking no light in there. And they shut that light off on me for like a week with the window closed. I had to feel my way to the toilet. I had to everything. And that was no fun. Let me tell you, that was one nightmare that I didn't think was going to end, with an ass beating almost every single night to go. And county sheriffs just came in there and smashed a fool. Yeah, I got that parking ticket, $93, and then I got the registration on the car too. I got to figure that out, how many, because you can't just go to the DMV, I don't think. I think they got a kiosk or something like that in some of the grocery stores, but I didn't get the letter either stating that it needs to be done because I moved from Magix, Anyway. Sorry, I'm just reading some of these. Anyone else got any plans, that they could maybe share with the tribe as to what's going on today, so maybe they could partake in the same kind of, put it up there. Okay, my brother was beaten into a coma for 7 days by 4 guards while handcuffed. Yeah, that's a pretty steady thing. So I get into a high-speed chase. I'm driving a 280Z, and I'm coming up. I think it was, you get off at Polk. So anyway, I'm coming off the freeway, and then I jumped back on the freeway. I drove down the on-ramp thing there, and I had highway patrol chasing me, and they hadn't quite set everything up to where I got off just in time. And I parked at a McDonald's, shook my car, went in to McDonald's and waited to see if they were going to hit my car. They didn't have Uber and all that shit then, but I just wanted to get out of there, so I left the car, took off my shirt, and just took off. But when the car was registered to me, so when they caught me, it was nothing nice, man. Let me tell you, they beat the bark off me. My elbows were so swollen from them hitting me in the elbows because I wouldn't let them cuff me. I believe I was shermed out. I wouldn't let them cuff me when they finally caught me, and they were just beating my elbows. They hid me in LCMC I didn't make arraignment, 72 hours to make arraignment. I didn't make arraignment in those 72 hours. They beat the bark off me, man, and my arms were just fucked up, man. I was in 4 Points over there at Los Angeles County Medical Center for a couple of days anyway, and this little black nurse or sheriff, she's like, "What's your fucking problem?" I don't even know what I'm here for, and they fucked around with me and they told me I was there for vehicular manslaughter and all this kind of shit, had me stressing the fuck out, and still wouldn't take the cuffs off. It was horrible, man. That was horrible, and I ended up beating those charges. It was actually a DA reject because the car was called in stolen like 2 minutes after I left that McDonald's. I jammed to a friend's pad and I called the car in stolen, and like I had covered my bases, but yeah, it was all bad. Another time, highway patrol. So I had a rental car and I had like 6 ounces of speed in the trunk, and I was just transporting it for someone, and they had this horse vitamin that they used for cut in the front seat in a McDonald's bag, and highway patrol pulls me over. They find the cut and bust me. I'm arrested for the cut or whatever. They tear up the car and they find the 6 ounces in the trunk, and same thing. I go to court and I tell them, I don't know what's a rent-a-car, man. That's just horse vitamins for, somebody that I call my mom out here. She has horses on our property. And I'm like, it's something I give them. I just went and picked some up for her. I don't know nothing about the dope. And although they looked identical, anyway, it was a DA reject. So like I almost fucked my time off coming back out here as well. It's not like I came out was being a straight angel. Let me tell you, all of this that I took just was a wake up call one day. You know, one day I just had a wake up call. Actually, to be honest with you, Freya came to me in my dreams. You know, and she told me that I needed to get right or I was going to die the way I was living. And fast and sloppy, you know, and that's not how I wanted to go out. I remember it vividly. We had a good conversation, and I believe the next day is when I got sober. What I'm telling you, I would just think bullshit if I heard somebody say that, but that's really what happened to me. I mean, I had a dream. Freya came to me. She told me I needed to learn to respect women. I needed to do a bunch of things, and getting right was one of them. It was a trip, man. Like, I wasn't very spiritual back then. In fact, I started letting it go because I wasn't inside studying anymore. You know, like I wasn't thinking anything about the gods or anything. And, you know, she came to me before I ended up letting them go altogether, I suppose, because that's the route I was heading. And like I got my shit together right after that. And that was a journey, let me tell you. If you go on Patreon, you'll hear about it. You know, I'm doing it backwards, gave you the meat and potatoes. I'm going to give you some noodles over here, you know, let you know the backdrop as to how I got to acting the way I was acting. You know, like a lot of us, I come from a broken home. I come from a stepdad who just fucking couldn't stand me. He stuck a needle in my arm at 13 years old. So, you know, oh, I wish. So, yeah, like I just like a lot of us, you know what I mean? A lot of us latchkey children, and I should have been able to see that that's the route I was heading down. I was heading to prison, you know. I wasn't smart enough back then, or I didn't care enough. How's that? So, it's not that we forget anything. Is questions down there. I don't know what that is referring to, but anyway, so I see somebody starting to be a problem on here. Just ixnay them if they're a problem, you guys. You know what's up. Like, this channel is for those that want to be here, man. Yeah, I mean, we ain't up for all that negative shit. We already lived that life. So you're welcome here when you're not wanting to be all negative. Losing weight. God, I put on so much weight. You're kidding? I got my big boy drawers on. That's crazy. Back up to 220, man. I couldn't answer. I know we sleep to refuel, you know, like batteries got to get recharged. Right. That's right. Now for work. So what am I doing now for work? I don't know. I was thinking of actually writing a book myself. There's two people ghostwriting my story. I talked to one of them last night, or the night before last or something. And, you know, he says he's got the basics down from the beginning, but I want it to be seen so that maybe somebody could see their behaviors and go, hey, fuck, this is sort of how I'm living right now. Maybe there's their first time in juvenile hall and this book lands in their hands and they could read and go, fuck, that's how I'm acting. All this is what I have to look forward to if I keep acting like this. I'll take a pass on that. You know, there's a few people on this channel that'll tell you they're sitting in that fucking ad seg or in the shoe or, you know, in a cell for what seems like eternity with nobody loving you is a pretty fucking desperate feeling. You know, it's a pretty hollow, empty feeling to where you just don't care about nobody or nothing. And all you want to do maybe is hurt somebody. And just to feel something, you know, like Cutter's Cut, you know, like sometimes you just get these deep, dark fantasies about getting your hands on a CO that's rubbed you the wrong way or something. And, I had to let all that shit go, man. I carried that shit around and it got me nowhere. It's cancer, man. Oh, man, that's ever the trial of John Rice Speedy as well. They killed him. Man, he's been a shoe for over 20 years. He's in 18th Street. Yeah, is he sort of skinny? I think I might know him, your brother. Anyway, it's not for sure, but like I said, there's a bunch of speedies out there, and a lot of them the eostre. One of the first black guys, Southsiders I met was from 18th Street. That dude was a fool, man. I mean, he was a straight up warrior. I don't know. He was crazy, man. I'll give him that. For a long time, they used to call 18th Street, the Rainbow Coalition. I don't know. It was crazy. I'm just grateful not to be part of that shit anymore, man. I don't know. It's not like I came out here and found Jesus and all of a sudden everything's beautiful and all that. I have my trials, guys, just like you, every single day. For those that are complaining about going to work right now, I feel whoever's getting to go to work right now should be being paid hazard pay. Why not? Why shouldn't they be getting it? These grocery store workers are risking catching this stuff, and people can think it's not real or whatever. I had friends die from it now. It sucks. So I'm completely aware that it's real. Baby, what are you doing in there? So I got lost right now. I don't know if he did die for nothing or not. I suppose. I said, all good. Okay. All right. Yeah, she definitely is a regulator. Let me tell you, she has my ass in check all the time. Like I said, we're getting ready to go out. We're trying to find her a car. Her little VW is beat up. So, we're trying to put together funds to eat as well as get my registration going. Just sucks. This was the wrong time for a lot of people. One of her friends just recently died, and people were saying that she, may have taken her own win because she got fired or she was losing her job. And, people, don't let that get you down. We're gonna pull through this, No product of your environment. You got what you pay for it. Yeah, TJ Carter, you're right. I try and cut the cussing out, because fuck. I hate that, man. And I watched one YouTuber do that, and it just drives me crazy. So I try to cut that out. You know what I mean? That's another thing that I'd like to work on. You know what I mean? That's just what we say in there, man. Yeah, I mean, I bet you do want your boy away from that hell. You guys, sometimes just a letter, reaching out and touching somebody. If you have a family member doing time, just throwing them a letter, man, is not a bad fucking feeling, let me tell you. Because nothing feels better than to know that somebody out here is thinking about you. Yeah, you have to wear your mask out here in California. If not, you get ticketed now. Thanks, Silas. I appreciate you guys noticing. I do work on it. I try not to cuss too much because it just sounds ignorant. And I'd like to think I'm not ignorant. Ignorant simply means not knowing. I'm completely aware of that. But I do know. And I do know not to be cussing like that and sounding stupid like that. So I'm not ignorant. I am completely aware of the situation. I don't want to sound like an uneducated fucking convict. There's been plenty of times when I have. I'm sure there's still times when I do. People from the shoe get paroled all the time. Yeah, absolutely. They're not keeping them. There's no more back. Everybody's on some kind of line. There is I mean, I guess you'd call it. It's like an ad seg, like. But there's nobody's doing indeterminate shoes anymore or anything along those lines. All right, related to how you've done so much time and you can't have a relationship. I'm really struggling on that. You're struggling with a relationship? We just got through having this conversation. I don't do the best. I don't do the best. Poor Harriet, she puts up with me at times. You have to find a loving woman that is going to understand our situation. I don't know about you, but there were so many nights that I curl up with that fucking PIA pillow, wishing that it was some woman. And, I got that now. And I need to appreciate that and cherish that. And there's days where I don't. Days where I don't appreciate anything and cherish anything. And I have to get back on track and remember, it's like a reset button. Reset, For guys like us, it's hard to say I'm sorry. That's one of the hardest things for me to come. I get so embarrassed to myself. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed of myself to myself, if that makes sense. What was my favorite drug? There's only one drug, and that's opiates. Yeah. Who quitting smoking? No kidding. It is pretty difficult. Let's see, we're still there. You write him all the time. Sent him a poster. Yeah, that's cool. Sending posts, pictures of the ocean is cool. As close to smut as you can get is probably preferred. To keep it honest. Yes, we got to keep striving for being too balanced. Like that's, we don't really care about what, it sounds fucked up, but we don't care about, I got to make the bill meet. I got to make my car payment meet. We're selfish when we're in there, like, hey girl, fucking I don't want to hear all the problems. Just, I don't know. If I did have somebody to write, I wouldn't have been a very good fucking pen pal. I can only imagine. Key relationship is listening. That's the one thing, is listening, not waiting for your turn to speak. Believe that. Damn, D major, that's some hard shit right there. You're right, too. Damn. I didn't know that was going to be a topic today, but you're right. Listening is, because she always says, you're taking my voice from me. And I don't want to, I just want to be heard too. But I don't want to be overbearing on the hearing, I just want us to find a fucking someplace where we can meet. We have a little age difference between us. With little Sid, who's little Sid? Anyway, I don't know. I know Big Sid. Is that who you're talking about? Big Sid. Okay. Yeah, that dude cracks me up sometimes. Like we like his other character. What is Dan Myers, or what is it, babe? I think it's Dan. Hi guys, Dan here. This is how you eat a banana. Just how you can go from playing a convict to a fucking queen in 2 different fucking seconds is something beyond me. Culture dulls the intellect, but bends the spine. This is still wrapped to in prison. Yeah, absolutely. I get calls from all the time. I speak to the fellows sometimes more than I want to. Just yesterday, I was speaking to a couple of them, 2 of them. I get nervous sometimes when they call on me too. Like yesterday, they want to sell them masks. Sometimes I get a little nervous. Like, what are they going to want? Fucking. Because I've done things that I didn't want to do before. Delivering women with phones and drugs and all that shit, and I don't have to do that anymore. So, I just don't. I've been very blessed, and they haven't asked. Let's just say that. Okay, it takes a minute for us to learn how to communicate in relationships because we've obviously not used to being right. That's so true. We don't know how to be in a relationship, and then when we do, we're so used to being dominant at everything. You know, we want to dominate the relationship, the conversations, the everything. You know, and it's not that way. Like she says all the time, you're taking my voice from me, and let me tell you, that girl can scream. You know, she can get loud. So I ended up having to walk to the grocery store the other morning. We're just going to get some toilet paper. They said be here by 6 in the morning and you could get toilet paper. So we roll up at 6 in the morning and they tell us, unless you're 60 or older, you can't come in until 7. And Harriet's like, can't you look at my old man? He's 65. So it's just, you know, right. So anyway, you guys, I just wanted to touch bases with you. I know I'm being a little boring today because, you know, I just had one of those days where I'm just laying around not doing much. And I just wanted to touch bases with you guys, let you know today's, you know, the day of fertility, man. Make love to your girl. You know, if you're not going to make love with her, caress on her, love on her, you know, like until you're able to get to do those things. Be cool with your kids today, you know, just make today a good day. Why, you know, very few memories are remembered, man. You know, they're going to remember COVID-19 Easter. That's what it's going to be. COVID-19 Easter. You know how many people are going to lose family members today on Easter? You know, like fuck this COVID-19 Easter. Make something while you still have time, because if something happens to any of us and we didn't fucking get to do what we wanted to do, they're the ones who pay the price because they're the ones still around. You know, we get to start new anytime throughout the day that we want. It's up to us. We could stay miserable, having a bad day, or we could turn around. I remember all the times that I fight with Harriet and, you know, like we get right. And guess what ends up happening? All the good, you know, we get to do that good stuff. And otherwise, if I just stayed stupid, then there's no good, and it's all still fighting. And I hate that. She hates it. So just make it a day worth your kids remembering and not fucking a COVID-19 day, you know, or make it a day that your old lady can appreciate. Show her some love somehow, some way. Don't just give her a 10-minute 11-finger back massage, you know what I mean? Spend a little time on her. Spend some, you know, fertility day, man. Fucking lay around and enjoy it, you know? Appreciate that, UCO. You know what I mean? I do, too. I have a beautiful woman, man. I tell her every day, you know? I think she lets it go to her head, though. So she's got to remember she's with a stud too, though. You know what I mean? So, you guys, check out some of the channels and weed out some of the channels is all I could say. You know, like, I don't know. There's some good channels out there. I'm not going to throw any channels out right now because I don't want anyone getting their feelings hurt if I forgot their name of their channel. But I don't do that much YouTube. But now I'm trying to squeeze some of it in to see what's going on with other people and their opinions on certain shit. You know, we all have our own opinion. You know, anything that I say on here, that's all it is too. It's my opinion. It's not anything written in stone, you know, as far as COVID-19 or whatever. Like, I'm not trying to pass any propaganda. I wasn't trying to piss anybody off talking about it lives on money. I don't know if it lives on money or doesn't live on money. I don't know much about the shit. I just know that I don't want to catch it. I don't want you to catch it. That's about the gist of what I do know. Right? Absolutely. That's my queen. Yeah, right. Well, I call her my girl all the time. But she is a woman. Believe that. You know. What else I can do? Man, all you can do is let them know that you're there for them. You know, that's all you can do. You know, maybe find him a pen pal. You know, if you could find him a pen pal, that'd be really good. You don't know, one letter could brighten up your whole year, not your day. Could brighten up your whole year, man. Yeah, I'm waiting for the art behind me, Quadrant Design posters, picture's going to go right there, man. It's going to be badass. Looking forward to that madly. What do you think about Nate Dogg? He's pretty bad. Titles. I happen to like Nate Dogg. I haven't watched many of his videos, but I like Nate Dogg as far as a person goes. Yeah, he's all right. He's pretty bad at titles. Is that like good bad or bad bad? Anyway, there you are. I seen you over there on Herky's channel, ripping them up over there. 19 America's most deadly fart virus. That's bad, my boy. I be ripping them. Yeah, I like how Herc thanks you for the contribution. He'll be like, and thank you, I be ripping them. It's like he gets embarrassed. He doesn't want to say it, or whatever your comment is. I got rancid 19 America's most deadly fart virus. You know, he doesn't want to read any of that shit. It cracks me up. Herc's a pretty intelligent guy. For those of you that haven't noticed, you know, he's got a head on his shoulders. He's always hustling, trying to make money. He's got a great crew. You know, Amps, the camera guy, he's fucking an awesome dude, you know, and they're both hogs. Mo hogs! Yeah, I don't blame him, you know, but when you're sitting in that cell all that time, you can't stand writing, then there's something wrong. Unless he just doesn't know how to read or write that well. You know, right? Burgers? Burgers? All right, you guys, I'm going to let you go. I just wanted to touch bases with you. You know, like I said, today is the day of fertility. It's a celebration of spring. She's also a goddess of war to some degree. I know Freya's considered that, but Esther's a spring god, and she's also a war god as well. Yeah, he didn't come through the way I thought he would, man, on some things. But anyway, yeah, people told me. Anyway, yeah. You know, you could bring a gun in the house to protect your old lady from that, but you can't protect her from that COVID-19, that's for sure. I'm coming to his house, and I might not drop it. I'll tell you what, I'm sure as hell drop. Right? That's just funny. Anyway, you guys, you know, salute to Herc. Salute, yeah, just salute to everybody out there. You know what I mean? JD, Nate Dogg, Zoe, you know, like everybody. You know, I've had a lot of good interviews on here, and my favorite ones are when we're just chopping it up. Mitch, you know, that was I really enjoyed that interview. It was like I was chopping it up with somebody on the same level as me mentally. You know, just no tolerance for the bullshit. Just a straight shooter, you know, and I like straight shooters. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to duck out on you guys. We're going to go for a ride. There you are. I was just talking about you, Ant. So let me see. It's either Herc or Ant. I don't know. Salute right back at you, Doug. You know, I got nothing but love for you. That just made my day seeing you come on. So, okay, somebody wants me to mention my Patreon. If you haven't checked it out, my story's on there. You know, somebody said I was dropping it down, and I'm not dropping it down. You know, my story is my story, and it's going to be on there every month. There's going to be shit added to it. I'm going to tell you play-by-play from kid, prison. You know what I mean? So you guys can maybe see behaviors in your kid or yourself that may prevent you from, you know, you can start catching those behaviors and go, fuck this, it can't be stealing fucking Tylenol every time I come in here. My bad, Aunt. Okay, that's who it is. It's Aunt. Okay. That's right. I appreciate you, my boy. Yeah, Ant's a hell of an editor, too. You guys see his video work, man? I was so jealous when I seen him. But, you know, I'm going to give you this. Sandman's come a long way, you know. I mean, he's not Ant yet. It'd be great if they could link up and, you know, put some things together. But he did a fantastic job on part 1 of my story. I was impressed with it. So, you know, for those of you that haven't checked out Patreon, you want the real shit, you want the blood and guts and the freedom. You know what I mean? Having Excalibur in your hand and seeing that ran through people, that's Patreon. That's where we put the real shit. And everybody that comes on my channel and does an interview has to give me a Patreon story. Whether it's from the streets and it's a bottle being cracked over someone's head, or, you know, a shootout, or whatever the case may be, everybody gives me a Patreon story, and bam, they go on Patreon. And then we try and keep this channel a motivational channel to some degree, a keep pushing channel. Have them hit you up. That's awesome, bro. I really do appreciate that. That just made my day right there. So I'm smoking on lady. Teespring Lincoln got a shirt. How's the chain? That's right. It is inhuman. You know, it was fucked up back there. I'm going to tell you that right now. You know, showering, fucking, oh my God, cuff up for showers. Fucking, yeah, you guys, there's no place to be, man. And those that are there, you know, like I deserved to be there when I was there, you know, and I paid my issue. That's how I look at it. So, you know, maybe some society doesn't see it as I paid my issue, but I paid my issue. You know, as far as I'm concerned, I simply took out the trash, you know. I fixed the person that couldn't be fixed, you know. Sucks to say that, you know, and I'm not God, so I don't have to do that work today, but, you know, like, I don't believe there's any correcting those people. So we're not going to discuss that too much either. D Major, it was designed by a smoking lady. You're right. Salute to her. Thank you. What's up? Chef V. I don't know. That's Herc's channel right there. You look on Amazon. You guys, that's another thing. Don't just sit in front of that idiot box, man. Read some books at this time. You know, do something. You know, change time. I don't know what I missed there, but anyway, you guys, you enjoy what I want to chop it up session. Yeah, we chopped it up for, like I said, 2 hours and 40 minutes, man. 2 months before the Kung Flu hit. I feel bad for people still. Yeah, I guess they're not handling it very well in there. You know, every link that people are sending me is going straight to a riot that they had. No, I know, L. McHugh. I know. They're just not dealing with it well, man. And a lot of people have fears, and they're legitimate fears sitting in there, and they're catching this virus, and nothing's happening for them. They're not getting ventilators. You think fucking inmates are going to get ventilators over fucking society? Come on, man. You know what I mean? It's just not going to be happening. You might get lucky and get a fucking, what's it called? A Z-Pack and an inhaler or something, you know, but they're sort of fucked if they get it, man. You know, then again, so are a gang of people out here. So, anyway. All right. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to cut this short. I want you guys to, you know, respect yourselves today. You know, enjoy your day, but respect yourselves. If you go out, do what society is telling us we have to do. Wear a mask. You know, otherwise you're going to get ticketed here in California. And if you don't do it, worry about you. Worry about someone in your house. You know, I don't want to push any kind of propaganda on that either. But just like, I wasn't taking the shit serious, and now I wash my hands. I do all the stuff you're supposed to do, except for I don't strip down outside and come in with my clothes off or whatever. You know, if it lives on your clothes, then fucking eventually I'm going to catch it anyway, right? Right. So I just want to say, you guys enjoy your Easter. I'm sorry that this is the way it's going, but make the best of it. You know, make the best of it. Yeah, that's about it for me, man. Anyone got anything else? Going out on my bike, that sounds fun. uh, yeah, exercise is definitely a must. Herc was talking about that the other day. You know, the body's not handling it well. My body's not handling it well. I've been laying around the couch too much, to where I do need to start exercising, you know. And I know all the cell exercises. I don't know why I haven't been doing them. So I just need to get back on track with that. Summer is coming. Summer's not stopping because of COVID-19, right? And I got a hot woman. I want to be sporting her looking good when we can cruise down to Santa Monica Pier on the weekends and watch them do yoga and do that rope thing, walking on the tightrope, get ice cream, walking the pier, you know, checking out all the tourists, you know what I mean, speaking all these different languages. I like to go people watch and, you know, some stuff. Anyway, as I said, by the way, Aunt, I'm going to have them do that. You know, if you're on here, Sandman, you heard the invite, so I'll shoot you his number. You guys say your deuces now, so I'm going to cut this off. You guys got a good reading. You got a reading out of the deal, you know. So thank you guys for the donations again. And with that, have a happy Easter, all right? All the best to you and your families. Deuces. Thank you, Jennifer.